Hey guys, it's Jennifer. Happy day 7. Oh, I'm excited. Sorcery Salon. Today we are going to talk about serenity. Serenity. And do you have access to serenity and why it is absolutely essential for you to maintain your manifestation process, to accelerate the growth of your business, to accelerate the growth of you as a human being? There must be deep, deep serenity with what's showing up. Do you have it? Do you even know what serenity is? Do you have peace? Do you have peace? So at the end of this serenity process, you are going to develop and maintain a strong, strong sense of inner certainty. You're going to have calm vitality and a calm body, and you're going to have unshakable immunity to daily external pressures and chaos. Because guys, chaos comes and chaos goes, and I would love to invite you to you as the sorceress, the source of your reality, how you deal with chaos and how you address people trying to bring you chaos, regardless of who they are. It's super, super important for you to maintain a sense of peace, maintain a sense of calm. Because as you may have heard me say before, money loves calm. It just loves calm. It loves peace. It loves to come to your party. It's an ask and receive system. It's just like, here's my laundry list. Here's my grocery list. Here's the things that I want, universe. Unless you change your mind. And then you can add something else to that list. And, you know, like with the population, 70% of the population are an energy type in human design called generators. So they are here to build and generate. And then you think of what population of the planet is in active fight or flight response. What population? And that could be anybody. That could be the generators. That could be the projectors, like any of the energy types. If you are in active fight or flight response, which we address in the freedom part of the process, then at this point in time, you really, really start to recognize, oh wow, this chaos that's coming at me, I am more dedicated. This is me pretending to be you, by the way. So you're more dedicated to peace. You're more dedicated to prosperity than you are to dealing with other people's chaos that they're trying to bring you. And I would say, gosh, so many years of my life, so many different iterations of who I was, people were like, Jennifer, help me with this. Jennifer, help me with this. Jennifer, help me with this. And I felt like because I had a unique perspective that I had to help them. Does that make sense, you guys? Just because you have a unique perspective, just because you have a response, doesn't mean you actually have to give it to anybody. You do not owe your talents and capacities and abilities to people, especially if they are the button pushers in your life. And so the minute you become immune to this button pushing, there's going to be a bit of extra button pushing to make sure that you are immune. And then after that, oh my goodness, it's so very, very interesting. Like 2 Christmases ago, I noticed something that had been an annual sort of a button pushing thing. And because it was so far apart, it was December to December, that I didn't notice that every freaking December this button would come up. And, you know, a family member would try to like get me to push the button or push the button and get me to react. And I didn't react the way that they expected me to. I didn't fall for it. I was just like, okay, wow. I'm sorry, that thing that you think that I'm going to rescue you for I'm sorry it's there, but I'm not doing it. And so thinking about that for yourselves, you guys, are there still some buttons that serenity and a deep, deep, deep commitment and a strong sense of inner certainty about what it is that serenity for you will help? And believe it or not, that is in your human design chart. I can show you a correlation of different points in your human design chart, and that would be part of the Sorceress of Success program. When we get to Serenity, I'm going to be pointing it out to you so that you can start to know the frequencies that are the frequencies, the codes, or whatever people are calling them these days, that you need to have serenity. It just needs to be there, or there's discontent. And so we don't want that. We want you to be fully content and, as much as you can. And I really believe that it is possible to have a deeply generative, deeply exciting life, but that on the back end where you live your life, your home is peaceful. Your wealth gathering exercises are fulfilling and peaceful. Your relationships are peaceful. And that's why body serenity is so, so very important, because a lot of it is unconscious. It's unconscious. And I love how human design has that whole red side of the chart. And the whole red side of the chart are the unconscious frequencies that are sitting, like people who are looking at you might even be aware of those frequencies, much more aware of those frequencies than even you are. Isn't that so weird? But then, how many conversations have you had with somebody where you kind of think, well, dude, just stop doing that one thing. And they simply cannot see it. They cannot see that they're doing that one thing. And, quite often that happens. People are like, I've got this general discontent in my life. I'm not really happy with what I'm doing. I don't know how to get to happy. And, if you don't know how to get to happy, it's never going to be an inside job. It's very, very interesting. I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were like, oh, well, isn't what you do related to money and business? And I would say almost none of it is related to money and business, even though I love money, I love business, I love creating wealth flows with people, I love creating, a step-by-step process that's something that they can do, something that's very sustainable. And also we look at all of it, all of the unconscious things that are stopping you from being at peace, having a strong sense of inner certainty, knowing what calm is for you. Because calm isn't just like laying around doing nothing. Calm for me is that I know what I'm going to be doing today. I know all of the doing. As a manifesting generator, there's a ton of doing in my life, and I feel good about it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yes, I have my business. Is the business the center of my life? Absolutely not. Have I set the business up so that it takes up the portion of the week that I would like it to take up, and then I take up the rest of the week with the things that I love doing and participating in? So for me, that's a lot of it is dance. I absolutely love to move my body, and dancing is something that I absolutely love. And so that gives me peace, that gives me vitality, that helps me feel calm, and it also gives me an immunity to what's coming at me. And I would say on this planet right now, there's going to be more drama. There's going to be more chaos. There just is. And so at this stage, you've gone through the sovereignty phase. You've gone through, hold on just one second, and I don't want it to. I usually try to get enough Facebook in before it threatens to kick me off of Facebook. So I will be coming back if it tries to kick me off of Facebook. So what I see at this phase is, you know, there's always going to be some kind of chaos. There's always going to be some kind of drama. But once you are fully embodied, you've gone through the sovereignty phase, you've gone through the sorcery phase, and now you're just at serenity. And the reason why you have to practice it is because nobody is doing this type of work. You know, I mean, there's somatic healers, yes, but are they taking you through the other 2 parts of the program, of like 6 more phases of the program? And I don't want you to have to like cobble anything together. I've done a lot of this work, and I can read your energy and tell you a bunch of different things that you could do. And then you use your own decision-making process that you will learn inside of Sorcery of Success, or Sorceress of Success. And yeah, I don't want you to lose your determination. Do not want you to lose your vitality. And at this stage, really what can happen is people kind of give up. They're like, okay, well, I've got a certain level of success. Can I have more success? Yeah, you absolutely can have more success. And I highly recommend that you ask for it. And I say this over and over, like whatever your version of success is, you know, if it's a Louis Vuitton bag or a Celine bag or a Chanel bag, then we want you to get that bag. You know, if it's a Maserati SUV or a Porsche or whatever, I want you to get that car. And if, like me, a beautiful acreage, super private, off-grid, yeah, like let's just get it. And it's time. It's time. Like there's way more conversations, you guys, out there, way more conversations that people are having about consciousness and conscious business and your mind, body, spirit in business. And I would say at this point, this is the discussion that I am having with you. What are we doing together? We're really, really looking at the places and spaces, almost like the gaps in your life where drama and chaos can get in. We're also looking at the places and spaces where you're like judging yourself. You're like, wow, I thought I had transcended this. Here, let me get rid of this. And so judging yourself, thinking, oh, wow, I thought I had transcended this. Haven't I taken enough courses with all of these like name brand people? Well, yes, but did you do a sovereignty part? Are you fully free to make the choices that keep drama and chaos at bay? And then drama and chaos kind of like, you don't even really have to keep it at bay. You just like watch it coming. And I say this over and over in my work. You can always spot a bulldozer coming. They're like beep, 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 heading towards you. And the only way that you can't stop or can't see them and like step out of the way and be like, Olay, none of that is by having a deep, deep commitment to your serenity. So there's lots of different things that we can be really, really doing here. We can be looking at your desire response. We can be looking at your personal values. We can be looking at your standards. We can be looking at what are the healthy ways of getting dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, because you do need those things. And, you know, in some cases, the dopamine, you are getting some kind of a dopamine response from chaos, some kind of a dopamine response from drama. And so once we notice what that is and what desires are not being fulfilled, wow, you just become so freaking immune and unshakable. And that's what I want for you. You know, there's other things that you could be doing with your life rather than having drama and chaos, having to fight to have people actually love you in the way that you need to be loved. And that's something that we're going to talk about tomorrow in Relationship Serenity, is that you are a valid and valuable person. You deserve to be loved the way that you need to be loved. And oh gosh, isn't that so funny? You guys want to have this conversation or what? Oh, so freaking funny. I love it. So I'm trying to have this conversation with you, and all of these calls are coming in. So funny. So we're talking about chaos, and life is art. And so there's a bit of chaos that's happening right now. And so for me, I really, really understand that no matter what, no matter how many courses I've taken, no matter how much consciousness training, there's always going to be a level up. And so I don't know if you've studied the work of Dr. David Hawkins and the Hawkins scale, like somewhere around when you are ready to really transcend, there's anger. And it shows up, like people are angry to you, and then you have to be angry back, and you have to like defend your position. And that's what I would say, that this serenity and being just dedicated, so dedicated to you having serenity, like be a fucking piranha about your personal serenity. And, you know, I would say that I am a cheerleader for that. I'm very much a cheerleader for that. I'm a cheerleader for lots of things, and I have the whole 1648 channel, so I'm very enthusiastic about what it is that you're here to be and do. The 16 is the enthusiast, and the 48 is the Akashic Records. It's the librarian. It's like having access to what your talents are, what your capacities are, and being a champion for you to have those, to enjoy them, and quite possibly to use them way more to create a profitable life and a profitable business. And yeah, chaos is always going to be coming in. Do not want you to be judging yourself like, wow, what am I doing to attract all of this chaos? Like, what if chaos was normal? And your ability to just be like, ole, be a matador, and, you know, just sort of enjoy the dance between you and chaos, because chaos is an element of creation. It's a very sacral energy. And, you know, I mean, you even look the way DNA comes together, like when you're making a baby, but you don't know what that baby's going to look like. You don't know what that baby's going to sound like. You don't know anything, but you're willing to go through the process. And I would say that that's something that, to have a deep sense of serenity in your body, to know that wherever you are in the process is exactly where you're supposed to be in the process. Like, what would that be like if you could just know deeply, deeply, calmly in your body, have a deep sense of serenity? And maybe you've been around people like that. Maybe you already have a serenity role model that no matter what the heck is happening, they're just like, maybe. There's like a famous story. I'm going to find it, and you can send me a DM, but I don't want to butcher it, but it's like, it's a Taoist story. And, you know, like that's the punchline of every section of the story is like, we'll see, maybe. And, you know, like any projections that you have about how your life is supposed to go, and any projections that other people have about how your life's supposed to go, if you can just be so freaking relaxed and be like, you know, maybe I'll bring in $600,000 this year. Maybe I'll bring in 7. And if you have no point of view about that, other than it needs to be ease-filled, it needs to give you more freedom, it needs to make you just giggle yourself to sleep every night and feel so valid and valuable. And, you know, like I said the other day, does it love me back? Does this stuff, do I love it, and does it love me back? And at this phase, does it just make me feel calm? Am I excited and calm? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's possible to be excited and calm. And yeah, I don't know. I really feel like this is the aspect, you know, the sorcery. Everybody's like, Jennifer, teach me a magic spell. Teach me how to like manipulate energy. Teach me something to say. Teach me something to like do. Well, yes, I love all of that. I love all of it. and I taught it for years and years and years. And what I noticed that was a hole in the system is people would go home and they'd be like, I'm going to do all of these magic things. And then their job would stop them, their family would stop them, their old points of view about things would stop them. They would just allow everything to stop them. And I have been a victim of that a lot in my life. And so I noticed all of the places and spaces where I wasn't free, and I started to clean those up. And that can be a year-long process. You just need to invest in yourself and give yourself the time to be able to go ahead and freaking change. You know, have a metamorphosis. Have a metamorphosis. And if you could have a metamorphosis, I suggest there are some places, like 9 different places that you might want to have a metamorphosis. And this is why I created this program. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm so excited about it. So tomorrow we're going to talk about relationship serenity. And oh my goodness, I would say that that's some of the places and spaces where people need to be so freaking committed. So freaking committed. Because that's your number one drug supply, you guys. Oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. We get that from our relationships with other people. So we're kind of drug addicts, and we're going to be talking about it tomorrow. Thanks so much for showing up today. Let me know what you loved about this broadcast. Send me a DM, like whatever. Do it in the comments. I am a generator, manifesting generator, so I am best with your response. Let me know what you loved. Let me know what you hated. Super love you. See you tomorrow at 2:22. Bye, guys.